Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet, the voice you know with the news you trust studio, sponsored by BASF, where you can count on the trusted performance of Olivo seed treatment to protect your soybean crop. I'm Morgan Anderson out of Athens County. It's 34 degrees outside, but feels like 27 thanks to the wind. And here in Athens, our snow has been slowly melting away since Monday. A top senator says when it comes to China meeting its latest soy buying commitment, he's a skeptic. Iowa's Chuck Grassley was asked if it gives him pause that USDA Secretary Rollins said recently China may not fill, but simply order 12 million metric tons of soybeans by year's end.
Everything dealing with China gives me pause because we've seen 2 or 3 times this year, not necessarily dealing with agriculture, but other trade issues that they're just very unpredictable. Leave it at that.
Grassley says some in ag oppose a call by the Renewable Fuels Association to impose reciprocal duties on Chinese ag imports for China's failure to meet trade commitments for ethanol.
At a time when we're trying to negotiate bigger things, particularly on soybeans with China.
Separately, Grassley was asked on his weekly call with farm reporters about what he was hearing on the administration's tariff aid package for producers.
Hearing less than we did a few weeks ago on the $14 billion that they were planning to do. Now, maybe the reason we aren't hearing it is I think there isn't enough money in the Commodity Credit Corporation to reach 10 to 14 billion. Congress is going to have to appropriate money.
Possibly as much as $10 billion to buttress some $4 billion that's available in the CCC. In other news, India says it expects to secure a new trade deal with the United States before the end of the year. Reuters reports most major issues between the two countries have been resolved, even after the U.S. imposed 50% import tariffs in late August. President Donald Trump recently said talks with India's prime minister are going well. The White House has pushed India to cut oil purchases from Russia and lower tariffs across several sectors, including agriculture. India's trade secretary says both sides must first agree on a trade framework to address reciprocal tariffs, with remaining issues handled at the political level. India's trade deficit with the U.S. hit a record high in October. Switching gears, let's take a look at our afternoon weather update brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com.
Dry here the next several days across Ohio. I'm Chief Meteorologist Ryan Martin. Let's take a look at that forecast update. Arctic high pressure is in control. Today it's sitting to our west, and so that means we still see a decent amount of north flow in front of it. Maybe some lake enhancement here in north and northeastern parts of Ohio, at least cloud cover, but maybe a few flurries here and there. The high sits right on top of us tomorrow. That will likely be the coldest day, and then we get into Friday on the backside, starting to see some south flow, but it doesn't warm us a lot right away. The weekend stays chilly, seeing sunshine for both days. Then early next week, late Monday night through Tuesday, we have some snow coming through, followed by another batch of snow Wednesday night through Thursday. I think we can look for accumulations there, but nothing over the top. Behind those rounds of moisture, all of a sudden we're talking about warmer air coming up in, particularly for Friday the 12th through the weekend of the 13th and 14th, and then the first part of the following week. In that warm air surge, there's going to be a lot of moisture potential. If it happens, it would be rain and even a few thunderstorms. But before you get all excited and say, hey, this is going to be a big change, don't worry. Mother Nature's bringing bitter cold air back, a huge temperature drop off the second half of that week. The 17th, 18th, and 19th, we crash back down. So we're going to have mud season for a little bit, and then we go back to flash freeze it real quick. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thanks, Ryan. Before we get to our markets, the Ohio Soybean Association has opened their scholarships. They will be giving out 2 $1,000 scholarships for the 2026-27 school year. Now, this scholarship application is open to full-time college, university, or technical school students, but also high school seniors planning to enroll full-time. So if you know a student who is eligible, encourage them to apply. They can do that on the OSA website. And this application is due Friday, January 16th of 2026. Now let's take a look at how the markets closed, brought to us by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. December corn down 6.5 at 431.5. March corn down 6.5 at 443.5. May corn down 6 3/4 at 4.50 3/4 cents. January beans down 9 cents at 11.15 3/4. March beans down 9 1/2 at 11.25 1/2. May beans down 10 cents at 11.34 3/4 cents. December wheat remains unchanged at 5.37 3/4 cents. July wheat down 3 cents at 5.53 even. And September wheat down 3 cents at 5.65 1/4. December live cattle up 47 1/2 cents at 218.95. February live cattle up $1.10 at 221.90. April live cattle up 97 1/2 cents at 223.40. December lean hogs up 5 cents at 80.55. February lean hogs up 82 1/2 cents at 81 even. April lean hogs up 90 cents at 84.72 1/2. March feeder calves up $1.87 1/2 at 325.80. April feeder calves up $1.87 1/2 at 325.17 1/2. In January, Class 3 milk down 3 cents at 15.30. This is the Ohio AgNet.